no ticket. You just thank the Lord. Welcome, viewing audience and listening audience, to the People Get Ready video podcast with the legendary political guru, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. himself. Today we have some hot breaking news for you today. Mr. Charles E. Bibb, the CEO of our president of People Get Ready video podcast, is here today to introduce our special guest and to bring to you this hot breaking news. Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr., all the way from Bibb's Record Shop, East Cleveland, Ohio, by the way, of Bradenton, Ohio, is here today. Take it away, Mr. Bibbs.
Thank you, Reverend Ben Fair. Really great to have you back on the scene, and you as good as ever.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we really want the people to get ready for this show.
Yes.
Because we are smoking. And we're going to start off with Ms. Sharon Penman giving you a letter that the head of United Pastors in Mission, Reverend Dr. Larry Macon, wrote about Donald Trump. Would you share that with the audience, please, Ms. Sharon Penman?
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibb. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I have this letter, as Mr. Bibb said, and it's titled, Why Trump May Win, by Reverend Dr. L. Lawrence Macon Sr. Hey, Black community. Imagine the four-time indicted, twice impeached, once defeated politically toxic Republican standard bearer, Donald J. Trump, has a real shot at winning the presidency again. In spite of all of his legal battles and the too numerous to name associates who may end up in jail, he's got a pretty good chance of winning the Republican nomination and defeating the Democratic presidency of progressive program sharp, Joe Biden. This could possibly become the worst nightmare this country ever had in the 21st century. What is Trump's secret that needs to be dismantled? It is the word connect, and Trump seems to have been doing that lately, according to his recent poll, especially when they are compared to DeSantis and others in the Republican Party. Trump connects. I even have a better word for this, and it's called connexity, which is two words in this word, connexity. Instead of the meaning of this word is connected and community. Inside of the meaning of this word is connected and community. For the past years, Donald J. Trump has been making connections and building communities among his base. He is doing it through individualism and personality that we see in his not so massive rallies. There are many sectors in our community today who are searching with intense thirst for their community of choice. And many of them are searching for what they believe to be a community of goodwill and good faith. Many Americans are hungry for the good life, deeper community, and the communal life, even at the expense of putting a possible soon-to-be convicted criminal in the White House. Mr. Trump connects and creates community connexity. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. President Biden does also. He connects. Perhaps you are right. But the truth of the matter is there are those who are telling Biden to continue displaying to the American people his much sought after programs. His advisors are suggesting he keep reminding the American people what he has done for them lately. It is apparent the United States today is much less driven on nation building than community building. Hillary Clinton picked up on the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. She was suggesting that we must be in relationship with each other. That is what it is. That is what is called, tribalism and community. She actually won the popular vote for presidency with her connexity. However, Mr. Trump won the electoral vote through his connexity. The issue I'm trying to raise is the Democratic Party must learn how to connect with these many communities in America if they want to maintain the power they are enjoying now. And the buck stops or rather starts with the man at top, President Joe Biden. Could it be that the secret or not so secret of Mr. Trump's transactional relativeness may be working through satisfying the deep hunger of Americans, easily white Americans to create, especially white Americans, to create a relationship with their community? Lastly, remote control experiences of recordings of what he does and say in rallies might sharpen and strengthen the understanding of what makes people run to hear and vote for Trump. In short, I think it's communal experiences connecting with a live performance by a man who's been doing it all his life. Mr. Biden and the Democrat Party in the city, state, and nation is in need of some rehearsal time in the community. And it needs to start now, especially in the Black community that makes a difference in elections. We like performances, connecting and hanging out with the community. And worst, when we don't get that, at times we just don't vote at all. Mr. Trump then may win. And that's the entirety of the Reverend Doctor's letter. And again, that letter is written by the Reverend Dr. Larry Macon Sr.
And he is president of the
United Pastors in Mission. Yes, sir.
And I think that's an awesome letter. Ms. Sharon Penman, I'm speaking to you as the chairperson of mass media, public relations, and social media.
Yes.
We want to write Pastor Nathan and ask him to come on the program and expand on this letter.
Most definitely.
So we can ask them questions and the community can call in and ask them.
For sure, I will do that.
And we'd like for him to try to do it as early as possible before the November 7th election.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
You did a good job on that.
Thank you, despite my nexus.
Now, we're going down to the state capitol. State of Ohio. We've been having problems down there with the redistricting commission. The former Attorney General of the United States of America have stepped in. And Reverend Ben Fair will share with our viewing and listening audience what Eric Holder did in Ohio about this redistricting that's not fair for African Americans. Go right ahead, Reverend Fair.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bibb. The former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder warns Ohio legislative attempts to cut court power. It says some state legislators are working to diminish the power of the courts, imperiling the American system of checks and balances. The former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder wrote Tuesday he used Ohio as an Exhibit A. Holder, Attorney General under President Barack Obama for 2009 to 2015, warned of an alarming pattern in an op-ed published by the State Court Report, a publication of the Progressive Barron Center for Justice. Holder argued that the representatives of gerrymandering districts are trying to further rid the system of some they can hang on to their power. The norms that have governed the relationship between the judicial and the legislative branches and our largest systems of checks and balances are being upended. Holder wrote, state legislature, particularly those that are heavily gerrymandered, are increasingly antagonistic toward their state's Supreme Courts. The reason is simple. They do not want to be held accountable by a co-equal branch of government for violating state laws, constitutional principles, and basic fairness. Ohio's legislature is heavily gerrymandered, meaning majority Republicans have drawn legislature and congressional districts so that they are overrepresented compared to the outcomes of recent statewide elections. Major parties in many states use sophisticated software to figure out how to draw districts so that opposition voters are packed into some and cracked into others to maximize the number of seats the majority party can win at election time. Critics say that in such processes, Republicans are choosing their voters instead of voters picking them, and thus turning the democratic process upside down.
My goodness. And so the Attorney General has sued the state.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's another one, Reverend Fair. You have to stay on top of that story.
Yes.
Keep up with it.
Yes,
So
sir.
each week our audience can get an update because they can't pass out the petitions for 2024 because the district lines are not clear. They're not final. So we'll be watching those week by week.
All right.
Thank you. Very good report. Very good report.
You're welcome, Mr. Bibb.
Now, is Mr. Tony Walker on the line? Is Mr. Tony Walker on the line?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tony Walker, good evening. How are you?
Well, thank you for asking, Mr. Bibb. I want to apologize for my in-person absence. My wife was a little sick, and then I started to feel symptomatic today, and so I thought it best to be cautious rather than regret coming around and getting anyone else sick in the event that I was contagious. So, again, I apologize for my my in-person absence.
Yeah. I accept the apology because sickness hits whenever it want to hit. Don't check with anybody. And this season is hitting everywhere. You know, 3 weeks ago, our own Governor DeWine came down for the second time with COVID-19. And I had two personal friends that hit COVID-19. They thought they had the flu. They went and had it checked. So check everything out real close. All right.
Okay. He was the first person I thought of.
Yes, the governor. Yeah, right. And you have some information for us about this fabulous event we're going to have at the end of the month. Would you share with our viewing and listening audience what they can expect?
Absolutely. Be happy to.
Is he on the-
So the event is being held as Bibb's video podcast, People Get Ready, in conjunction with the Urban Political Action Committee. I'd like to invite you to a meet and greet reception for the Cleveland candidates on the upcoming general election ballot Tuesday, November 7th of this year. And also the Cuyahoga County Democratic candidates on the primary ballot on Tuesday, March 19th of 2024. The event is going to be held at the fabulous Gathering Connections at 3855 Carnegie Avenue here in the city of Cleveland. The zip code is 44115. The event will be held Friday, October 27th, 2023 from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's going to be a variety of refreshments. There's going to be entertainment. And I also understand that the punch bowl will flow all evening. There's also going to be door prizes, and we're asking for a donation of $20 per person. And we're also asking that you lift every voice and vote.
Great. Mr. Tony Walker,
Yes, sir.
you are aware, it's going to come up later, of the victory the voters had on issue 38. And make sure they get invited, along with the candidates. We'll work on that this Saturday. We have to get the mail out snail mail and email inviting all the candidates to the event, because
Very good.
it's going to be a big event, and with the turnout running low, we're going to have to push hard to make sure everybody knows what's happening.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for that report. Anything, Ms. Pittman, any questions to Dr. Reverend Fair about the event on the 27th?
No, I don't have any.
I don't either at this time.
Okay. Well, I have something for you. You'll get your ticket tonight. That's what Ms. German and Mr. Tony Walker, you weren't not here. We'll have to you'll get your tickets on Saturday out of Chandler Park, so that everybody have their tickets. We passed them out yesterday at our new enterprise. We had a luncheon with the Ken Hall of Fame for the classic football game.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know what the classic football game, would you tell them, Mr. Walker, what the classic is? Classic
Well-
college football, United Black College ball games.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not that familiar with it, but I do understand that it's
Okay.
an event held at the.
Basically, the college football is played in the South. The United College football, where they play against each other. And when they come north, they call it classics. Since we built the new Hall of Fame for the college, now they've been playing games there every year for the last 3 or 4 years. And next year they met and had a luncheon yesterday, and they want to sell that out next year. And they call on the faith-based community and those who support the faith-based community to help them sell it out. And our podcast joined in with them to help them sell it out next year. You know, grounding all the black colleges.
The HBCUs.
Yeah, right. Share that with them and explain that. Go ahead, Ms. Shan Pittman, tell them about that.
Yes, so when the HBCUs come together, 2 teams of HBCU universities come together, as Mr. Bibb said, when they come up north to play, it's the classics, and it is a classic game. They have usually live entertainment with international artists. I saw the OJs there. I've seen several acts there through the years. It's a very, very fun, family-filled day.
And we'll be a part of it. So stay tuned. We had a packed house yesterday with the management from the Hall of Fame and the management from the United Negro Black College Funds there. Thank you, Mr. Tony Walker. Stay tuned, because we'll probably be calling on you a little later in the program.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next on our program, I'm going to bring you some information. We will have a community forum speaking about what happened in Columbus this week when the House of Representatives withdrew trying to change the state charter so it would be against the law to vote on the people's budget. So we had people going down testifying against it, and after 2 or 3 weeks, the State House, Speaker of the Ohio State House, pulled the legislation and backed off and said, we're not going to do that. We're not going to interfere with home rule. So I'm going to have on Saturday, October 21st, at the Martin Luther King Library and University Circle, across Stokes Boulevard, a forum, and I'm inviting the people's budget people to tell how it is to beat the State House at their own game. And I'm going to also invite a young lawyer who is a lawyer for Cleveland State, who's a professor at Cleveland State and teaches law, explained what that means in legal terms with the election on November 7th. Mr. Matthews
On.
and so that's what I was trying to reach him for. I want him to, that'll be on Saturday, October 21st, from 3:30 to 5:30 at the Martin Luther King Library. Admission is free. You'll get further information on it next week. Any questions on the event?
Not, sir, not at this time.
All right. Miss Sharon Pittman, do we have anyone else on the phone? We were looking for a call from Bishop Tony Minor.
Only Patty G is on the line.
Okay. Patty G, that's Patty German. Okay, Miss Patty German, did you want to speak to us?
I am here.
Okay, would you tell us about the tickets that you dropped off what they're for Mr. Tony Walker, for Reverend Ben Fair, and Miss Sharon Pittman?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand the question.
Would you share you dropped some tickets off at the studio, right?
Yes, I did.
Would you share?
Those are tickets for the meet and greet on October 27th.
How many tickets does each person have?
So far, each person has 5 tickets.
Thank you very kindly. I'll make sure that did you leave a sheet here for them to sign like we had at the luncheon yesterday?
Yes, the same sheet that we had at the luncheon is with those tickets I dropped off.
Thank you very kindly.
So,
That's very good.
okay,
Appreciate that.
you're welcome.
All right. Okay. Miss Sharon,
Yes, sir.
Bishop Tony Minor is not here,
Correct.
and you were at the luncheon for the #1 killer in the United States is smoking cigarettes,
Yes.
and Cleveland is the #1 city in the United States, Reverend Fair. Flavored cigarettes is killing more people than anything.
And it's awful too because they're targeting our youth, and they're making it inviting for them to try them. And of course, as we know, there's nicotine in the flavored cigarettes, and once you start using the nicotine, there comes the habit. You get addicted to the nicotine, and eventually that's it. You're a smoker, whether you smoke cigarettes or the flavored. They have those little pipe things you can purchase that are flavored. It's still a habit, and to attract our youth to it is just another form of them coming at
Addiction.
at our people in another way.
And this, that is the vapor
Yes, the flavored flavored cigarettes, the vapes.
I keep hearing you say flavor, but our engineer don't know what you mean flavor. What kind of flavors are they?
There are various flavors. Grape, I mean, so many flavors are out there from what I understand. Grape, orange, most of your favorite fruit-like flavors. So according from what I understand, you put this solution into the little vape pipe, and as you're inhaling it or drawing from it to smoke on it, it tastes like whatever that flavor is that you put into it. So it doesn't have the nasty cigarette taste. It tastes good. And of course, it's going to make you use it more because of the flavor. And our youth are the ones who are being targeted for the use of those vapes.
Now, where do you get these flavored cigarettes from?
You can purchase them almost everywhere. Now, there are vape stores. You can purchase them at drugstores, those drugstores that still sell cigarettes. They sell vape pens, what they call a head shop or,
Smoke shops.
smoke shops, yes. Places like those.
I was at the luncheon and they tell me, Reverend Fair, they put them right where the kids can see them at a lower level.
Yes.
And they have that aroma or that good old smell, so when they pass, they'll want it.
And they make the packaging really colorful, almost cartoonish, something that would attract them to it. You know, so it's not like just a regular plain package. It's colorful and cartoon characters maybe, or something that's going to attract the kids to it. And like you said, it's at their eye level, so they can't miss it.
Now, at the luncheon that we went to, did they say anything about they're going to talk to City Council, Cleveland City Council about it?
I do believe they are reaching out to council to start working toward having those removed or seeing what they can do to remove them from our community. And they are in our communities, especially.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Fair, they never stopped using the African American community to do bad things. And when they told us that Cleveland, Ohio was the #1 city in the United States for death from the flavored cigarettes, flavored cigarettes, I was shocked. And they're gonna, the team that headed by Bishop Tony Minor will be going to city council to get them to introduce legislation like they did in some cities where you can't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
It says that on the side that it'll kill you, but the people are not paying much attention to that.
True.
Okay. Any questions? Reverend Fair, you like any comments?
No, not at this time, Mr. Bibb.
Okay. Very good. All right. Moving right along. We have quite a weekend coming up facing us, Thursday and Friday. And we have a weekend at the congressional level.
Yes.
We don't have too many weekends at that level.
Right.
So, Ms. Sharon Penman, would you share with our viewing and listening audience what the United States Congressman Chantel Brown will be doing Thursday and Friday?
Yes, sir. So, U.S. Congresswoman Chantel Brown is inviting you to participate in OH11 Town Hall. It will feature special guests Mayor Justin Bibb and Representative Terrence Upchurch. This will be on Thursday, October 12th, 2023, 5:30 p.m. And as I mentioned, Congresswoman Chantel Brown is hosting the town hall. The event will be discussing issues impacting Northeast Ohio, including gun violence, jobs, the economy, and more. It is a hybrid event with an opportunity to attend in person at the Cleveland State University, located at 2121 Euclid Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44115. Parking information will be updated once this event page, on this event page. So you would need to go to Eventbrite to book for that event. Also, Congresswoman Brown is hosting on Friday what is called her Legacy event. This event will be honoring Congressman Louis Stokes, Congresswoman Stephanie Tubbs Jones, and the Honorable Marcia Fudge of over HUD. The date for this, as I said, is Friday, October 13th. It starts at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. The attire for this event is all black. She wants everyone to wear all black. This will be held at Huntington Convention Center in Cleveland, and that's at 300 Lakeside Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44113. Mr. Bibb?
All right. Now, would you tell me where that Thursday event is being held again?
Yes, Thursday's event is being held at Cleveland State. Just one second, let me pull that back up for you. So yes, Thursday's event at Cleveland State, address being 2121 Euclid Avenue. And you can also join the town hall via the internet, live stream on Facebook, on Chantel Brown's Facebook page. It will be live streamed there. Or you can join by telephoning 833-946-1545 at the time of the event. And she says that whether you plan to attend in person or join us via telephone or live stream, please make sure to register for the event to let her know what's at the top of your mind, so she will take questions from anyone that wants to ask questions. She asks that you submit your questions in advance. And there is a form on her page that you can submit for your question for the town hall.
Okay. Now, the Thursday night event starts at what time?
5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Well, hold on. Let me get this straight. Doors open at 5. The event starts at 5:30.
And the Friday event,
7 p.m.
does it say what time the doors open?
Let's see here. No.
Okay, very good. Reverend Fair, any questions about either one of the events?
No, Mr. Bibbs. Should be a very informative event, you know, for those of our viewing audience, listening audience across Cuyahoga County. It's a great opportunity to gather information about our Congresswoman and our city, Cleveland, and the surrounding communities.
Yeah.
And I just want to remind everyone, both events are free, whether you attend the town hall in person or not, and the legacy event, both of them are free. However, you do have to register if you're going to be there live. You do have to register on Eventbrite. As I said, it is free, but you register to get your ticket to present at the door to get in for the events.
Would you walk us through how you register?
Yes, you do have to have the Eventbrite app on your phone. When you go in, select, let's see how the best way to describe this. When you go into Eventbrite, what you can do is there's a search tab at the bottom. You can put in the date for Thursday. It will pull up everything that's happening in the city for that date, and then the same thing for Friday's event. Just put the date in, and you'll see them come up. There'll be a list of events that's going on, but when you click on the event, you'll see at the bottom of the screen, Get Tickets. And it's no cost, but you click on that Get Tickets button and follow the steps to register, and that gets your free ticket for the event to your phone.
Thank you very kindly.
You're welcome.
And I will be there both days.
I will too.
And I would hope that all our listening and viewing audience would join us, because I'd like to meet them in person, as many as possible, and see what we can do about the Congresswoman will have a wealth of information at the town hall meeting, because this week she was in Beechwood when the Jewish community called all the elected officials to Beechwood to talk about Israel and Hamas.
Yes.
So we got to get the latest information. And also, remember, she's in Congress, so by Thursday, Friday, we might get the latest information on the speaker.
Yes.
So you can get, this don't happen. First time I've ever seen a congressman do two big events back to back. Thank you. Good job, Ms.
Thank
Sharon
you.
Penman.
Thank you.
Mr. Tony Walker, are you with us?
Yes, sir, I am.
I need you to share with us the list of people who will be on the November 11th, the November 7th ballot in Cleveland, Ohio, the judges,
Oh.
and et cetera. Do you have that list?
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you.
So this year is an interesting election in that there are absent any what people would consider exciting races, except for one special election of the city council. That would be Cleveland Ward 11.
Why are we having an election in Ward 11?
Well, the current council person is Danny Kelly, and he was appointed back in the beginning of this year to replace Brian Mooney, who resigned to take a seat at the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court.
All
And
right.
so Mr. Kelly is running to fill the 2 years unexpired remaining on that term. And he's running up against Michael Hardy, and that's in Cleveland Ward 11. And so other than that, that's the only council race or mayor race or anything like that happening here in Cleveland.
How many
Rest of the
candidates in
races-
that race?
Again, that would be Danny Kelly. He is the incumbent. It was appointed beginning of this year, and then he's opposed by Michael Hardy.
Very good.
Mhm.
Okay, you can give us the rest of the candidates for Cleveland.
And the other candidates are all judicial candidates running for the Cleveland Municipal Court, for judge of the municipal court. The first person running is Sydney Strickland Safford.
Saffold.
She is
Pronounced Saffold.
Saffold.
Yeah.
Saffold, thank you. She's actually running unopposed. The next person is Jasmine G. Torres Lugo. She is the incumbent, and she is opposed by Joseph F. Russo. I should mention that there are actually 13 judges, and 6 will be up for re-election come November. After that, we will have Jocelyn Conwell. She's running against TJ Dow, Joanna N. Lopez Inman, and Bridget M. O'Brien. So there's 4 candidates, a crowded field, and you have to select only one of those candidates. And there is no incumbent running in that race.
That should be
Next, we
exciting.
have, it should be very, some familiar names, it looks like, in that race. Next, we have Sheila Turner McCall. She is the incumbent, and she is being challenged by Timothy Clary, or Timothy W. Clary. And then after that, we have Mark Major. He is the incumbent. He is being opposed by Jeff Johnson, a name that we're familiar with, and then Heather McCullough. And the last municipal judge race would be Michelle D. Early. She is the presiding judge, and she is running unopposed. There's also a race for the Cleveland, the clerk of municipal courts. The incumbent there is Mr. Earl B. Turner, and he is being opposed by Brian C. Casey, as well as Martin J. Sweeney. And those are the candidates the Cleveland candidates, I'm sorry, along with the judicial candidates that will appear on the ballot November 7th.
Very, very good. Do we have any issues on the Cleveland ballot?
Yes, we actually do. Thanks to some very breaking news, we're going to have issue 38 on the Cleveland ballot. There's also issue 1.
Wait a minute.
I should
What is
start
issue
there.
38? Wait. Reverend Fair don't
Well,
know what issue 38 is.
I'm sorry, say again?
What is issue 38?
Well, issue 38 is more commonly referred to as the people's budget.
Okay.
Right.
Let me explain
Now,
a little
that
bit detail. That issue, if it passed, the people will get a chance to spend 2% of the budget on municipal projects.
Exactly. And they were
So that's gonna be exciting.
absolutely, and there was some question as to whether or not it was going to be able to be voted down based on what was going on in the General Assembly.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Mr. Tony Walker. And
Thank
moving
you.
right along, Reverend Ben Fair,
Yes, sir, Mr. Bibb.
you have some news for us coming out of Washington, D.C. Did we get us a brand new speaker today?
No, not yet, Mr. Bibb.
They told us we would have one at 10 a.m. this morning.
No, it didn't happen.
Oh, my goodness.
We do have a little update, though. It just says Steve Scalia nominated by the Republicans to be the next House Speaker. It says the latest news on the race to elect a new House Speaker, Representative Steve Scalia of Louisiana defeated Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio for the Republican nomination to be Speaker of the House to replace Representative Kevin McCarthy, Republican from California. The House Republicans met last night to hear from the two candidates during a closed-door forum. They also met privately this morning to vote by secret ballot ahead of an eventual floor vote. The Democrats are backing Representative Hakeem Jeffries of New York, a formality since they lack the votes to pick the speaker. And the race was triggered last week. Well, of course, we know about this when Matt Gaetz of Republican from Florida made a motion to vacate the chair of Speaker and won a majority of votes when all Democrats and 8 Republicans voted against McCarthy. So that's where they at right now, Mr. Bibbs.
All right.
They have not voted on the Speaker of the House as of yet. Because
Okay. Mr. Tony Walker. Mr. Tony Walker,
Yes, sir.
go to your computer, find out if the House is in session right now, and let us know while Reverend Fair give us the report, please. When we came on the air, they had not gone into the session to choose the speaker. Would you see what you can find out on the computer, please?
Will do.
Reverend Ben Fair, did you bring me my poll on the Republican primary?
yes, sir.
All right, we want to know what Donald Trump doing over there.
All right, the Republicans.
Because Reverend Dr. Larry Macon told him look like he gonna win. I want to see if he's still holding. Let me get my book out.
All right.
You got what? I mean, at the point, is Donald Trump still in the lead?
Yes.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right. Donald Trump's still in the lead, Miss Penman.
I know, it's frightful.
That's what Dr. Macon told us, didn't he? Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So
Trump.
let's begin. The Republican primary poll for 2024 presidential election. The poll has Mr. ex-President Donald Trump at 58%.
58%.
I know, he's climbing.
He going
My
up.
goodness.
My goodness, no wonder Dr. Macon wrote that letter.
He is climbing 58%.
Okay, who's second?
Ron DeSantis is at 12.2%.
12.2.
Yeah, and Ramaswamy is at 7.6%.
7.6.
And Nikki Haley at 6.3%.
6.3, that's Haley, right?
And then you have the ex-vice president, Mike Pence, he's at 4.0%.
Okay.
And former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, he's at 3.2%.
What about a senator?
Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina is at 2.3%.
Oh, poor Scott.
Yeah, he-
Repeat that number again, Reverend.
he's at 2.3%. He slipped.
Who's under him?
You got Burgum, who's at 0.9%.
0. That's enough. Thank you. As usual, would you bring us next week the new poll?
Absolutely. Yes.
So Trump went up, everybody else went down.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
That's so scary.
Miss Pittman, you got to
Yes.
write that letter to
I am
Reverend,
working on
tell
that
we need him in here
tonight.
bad. Yes,
Yes.
yes. All right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Good job there, Mr. Reverend Ben Fair.
Yes, sir.
How you doing up there, Mr. Tony Walker? Anything happening?
Well, the House, sir, is in recess at the moment. I do understand, though, that U.S. Congresswoman Shontel Brown is going to have a telephone town hall on Thursday.
Yeah, we
she
just
must
did that
be-
news. You not listening to the program.
Well, she's doing she's breaking away from the town hall meeting to do
Oh,
an
excuse
update
me,
on the
I'm sorry. I
speakership.
apologize.
Yes, sir. That just came through. I guess she's gonna break away at 6:40 to update via telephone the issue of speakership.
Now, Mr. Engineer, you can't beat your show. Repeat that again.
She's
Shontel
going
Brown-
to
Congresswoman Shontel Brown is going to do what?
she's going to have a telephone conference town hall meeting on Thursday, October 12th at 6:40 p.m. It's only going to be via telephone, or you can also stream it from her website. And that is going to be to update us on the Speaker of the House race and how that's going to be finally voted on.
So let me make sure I got you straight. Minutes left. How many minutes left? We will get update right from the floor of the Congress. Not from the floor, but from the conference room.
And 5 minutes today.
Very
Right.
good. All right.
Thursday,
thank,
actually.
Thank you very kindly. That is news. Breaking hot news right here on Bibb Video Podcast. You can't get no hotter than this
That's
news.
hot.
Can't get no out of
All right. So this
fresh.
has been wonderful.
Yes.
And I appreciate you working on your restraints have been not being well, but you did a great job, Mr. Tony Walker. And we'll see you back in your seat next week. I want to remind you that we didn't put anybody in your seat while you were away.
well,
We're
thank
not
you,
like
sir.
the quarterback of the Browns. We ain't put nobody in your spot. You got a hot
Absolutely.
spot. All right. Miss Pittman, share something with us. Anything you got? Anything? Oh, give us the latest events in town.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we have upcoming concert at the East Cleveland Public Library. They do this regularly, and they are going to have Kenneth E. LeGrand on sax. This is called Artist in the Night, with Billy Artis on guitar, Perry Williams III on drums, Dr. David Thomas on Hammond B3 organ, Ron Davis on vocals, as well as Shirley V. Cook on vocals. This will be on Sunday, October 15th, 2023 at 4 p.m. As I said, at the East Cleveland Public Library at the Greg L. Reese Performing Arts Center. Admission is free, limited seating. The doors open at 3 p.m. and the concert starts at 4. Also, we will have the Inspiration Voices of Peace under the direction of Michael Harrison will be in concert on Saturday, October 21st, 2023 at 6 p.m. at the Royal Family Missionary Baptist Church, 2365 East 71st Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44104. Then coming up on Tuesday, on Tuesday, March 19th. Hold on, I'm reading this wrong. On Friday, October 27th, we will have our meet and greet, which is Bibb's video podcast, People Get Ready, in conjunction with the Urban Political Action Committee. We're inviting you to the meet and greet reception for Cleveland candidates on general election ballot for Tuesday, November 7th, as well as Cuyahoga County Democratic candidates on primary ballot for Tuesday, March 19th, 2024. This will be at the Gathering Connection, 3855 Carnegie Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44115. And again, that's on Friday, October 27th, 2023, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. There will be a variety of refreshments, entertainment. The punch bowl will flow all evening. We'll also have door prizes, and we're asking for a $20 donation and ask that everyone lift every voice and vote. And lastly, if I have time, the Motor City Magic Oldies Review, number 15. So it's been 15 years they've been doing this, I guess, outside of COVID. Saturday, November 4th, 2023, there will be a fashion show by Swartz Furs, models by Dee Dee Tufts Designer Palace at the Cleveland Civic Center, 3130 Mayfield Road, Cleveland Heights, Ohio, 44118. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the show is at 6 p.m. Regular tickets are $40 in advance, $45 at the door. You can get VIP tickets for $50 in advance or $55 at the door. There will be absolutely no refunds. And that wraps it up for entertainment.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon Penman. Thank you, Reverend Fair. Thank you, Mr. Tony Walker. And good night, everybody. We'll see you next week with more hot breaking news. Maybe by next week we'll have a brand new speaker.